Blessing is such a positive word. In fact, in the original Greek language, blessing or blessed simply means to be happy. Okay, now I have to admit, I am partial to the word blessing because it's really what my last name means. My last name, Basbas, is a Filipino word. It's like Tagalog word that literally means blessing or benediction. So I am partial to that. I think God has a sense of humor. But kidding aside, in all seriousness, blessing truly is a fulfilling word. It's a loving word. It's a caring word. And its interpretation in the Beatitudes is reflective of that. And beatitude means full of blessing, by the way. And what Jesus is saying to us in the Beatitudes is that this is how to have the good life, the best life, and the life intended for us to live. And so Jesus says, for example, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." If we are weak or hopeless or powerless or disillusioned, yet we cry out to God for help, well, God will bring us into his kingdom. There is room for us. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. We are to be humble and gentle. We also need to be patient with the faults and limitations of others. It is not a weakness, by the way, to be gentle. It is a sign of strength when we can patiently endure much to bring about God's purposes for his people. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Do we show compassion to people we encounter who are experiencing sorrow or illness? And do we bother to offer assistance? Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Do we truly do to others as we would have them do to us? We must forgive, especially those who have wronged us. We need to have a forgiving heart as much as we must seek forgiveness when we offend. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. We have to reject cynicism, and thereby allowing truth and charity to guide our thoughts and actions. A pure heart is what produces external purity, not the other way around. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called sons of God. We shall never have world peace until peace finds its place, first and foremost, in the hearts of men. The only power that can bring true peace is the grace of Christ in our soul. And when that grace is in our heart, we are given the ability to drive out the evil passions that cause strife and dissension. When we live according to these Beatitudes, we become the saints that God wants us to be. Now, the journey is not going to be easy. Surely there will be difficult challenges along the way. And we will need God's grace and a healthy dose of self-discipline to do it. But we have the support of the saints in heaven who are praying and interceding for our benefit as we journey down the path of holiness. And we have to remember, though, that the saints are not confined to a time long ago and far away. Yes, we're familiar with the Marys and the Stephens and the Benedicts and the Francises and the Catherines, the Thereses, the Lawrences, and so forth. But today's solemnity of all saints honors all the saints, all the blessed, and all the faithful who are now with God. The saints in heaven are souls who come from every nation, every language, and every ethnic group. During their lives on earth, they distinguish themselves through acts of holiness, loving God and extending God's love to others with whom they share their life's journey. We remember and give thanks for all of these saints who have walked among us and who have inspired us by their generosity of spirit and their persevering hope. So yes, today is the feast of that husband who lovingly cared for his sick wife. The teacher who not just taught math or literature, but inspired her students or his students to become generous, humble, and compassionate young men and women. It's that volunteer who quietly gave countless hours working at a soup kitchen or parish ministry. It's that person in line at the drugstore who paid the bill of a young mother who just could not afford to pay for her child's medicine. Today is the feast of those doctors and nurses and paramedics and others who have succumbed to the virus, trying to save the lives of others. Today is the feast of those who perished in defending their Ukrainian nation, of those who gave their lives as a result of their witness to the violence and racism that destroys our world. The lives of every one of us have been touched by these saints, the blessed of the gospel. Today is their feast. So let us give thanks for the saints who have graced our lives, who have revealed to us the love of God in our midst. One day, may they welcome us into the dwelling place of God. And may God grant us the grace to become a saint in our circumstances of life and to be a beacon of God's love to humanity. If we only imitate the ways of Jesus, we are well on our way to holiness and blessedness. Happy Feast of All Saints, everyone.
Hello, OLPH. My name is Mary Lynn Januszewski, and I'm the Director of Finance and Operations at Our Lady of Perpetual Help Parish in Glenview, Illinois. And this message comes to you with heartfelt gratitude and thanks for your ongoing generosity and support of OLPH Parish. This overwhelming generosity allows us to continue to serve and to minister to the parish community in so many different ways. So thank you, OLPH, for all you do. You are much appreciated.